Have you ever noticed that two people can use the same app and see completely different things, different videos, different recommendations, different news, different conversations? That's because much of the modern internet is shaped by algorithms. Today on Zyber, we're going to look at what algorithms actually are, how they shape what you see online, and why that matters more than people realize. No fear, just understanding. The word algorithm sounds complicated, but in simple terms, an algorithm is just a system that decides what to show you. Platforms today contain far more content than anyone could ever manually sort through. So algorithms help decide what appears first, what gets recommended, what stays visible, and what disappears quickly. The goal is usually simple: show content you're most likely to interact with. Algorithms pay attention to patterns of behavior: what you click, what you watch longer, what you like, what you ignore. Even small actions can slowly shape recommendations over time. And eventually, the platform starts building predictions about what might keep your attention, not because it deeply understands you, but because it recognizes patterns. This is why different people can experience completely different versions of the internet. One person sees mostly entertainment, another sees constant news, another sees outrage and arguments. The algorithm responds to what keeps each person engaged. Over time, those recommendations can become more narrow, more personalized, and sometimes more emotionally intense. One important thing to understand is that emotional reactions often create stronger engagement. Surprise, anger, fear, excitement. Content that creates fast reactions usually generates more clicks, comments, and shares. And because engagement increases visibility, emotional content can spread very quickly online. Not necessarily because it's more important, but because people react to it more. It's important to keep this balanced. Algorithms aren't conscious, and most platforms aren't manually controlling every individual experience. These systems are usually designed to maximize engagement, to keep people watching, scrolling, clicking, and interacting. The result isn't always manipulation, but it does shape how the internet feels. One of the most helpful things to remember is this: your feed is not the entire internet. It's a filtered version, selected by a system, trying to predict your attention. And once you realize that, you start seeing online experiences differently, less as a neutral window into reality, and more as a personalized stream built around engagement. Algorithms shape what we notice, what we react to, and sometimes even what we think about most often. Understanding that doesn't mean rejecting technology. It simply means becoming more aware of the systems shaping attention online.
Cybersecurity doesn't have to be scary or complicated. Here in Zyber, we show you how to make it simple, practical, and even a little fun. Stay smart, stay secure. This has been Z. Till next time.